Hi guys, so today's a very exciting video because I've just gotten my first allotment and I was not expecting it to kind of happen this quickly. So I applied for the allotment originally in February time. I think it was end of February, and I was 16th on the waiting list. But I think since I applied, a lot of people gave up their plots at the start of the season. And I checked in with the site coordinator about a week ago to kind of suss out where I was on the list so that I could figure out how long it might be, because I was truly expecting it to just be next year. I was hoping that I would be able to get it kind of autumn time so that I could prep it over the winter ready for next year. But turns out last week I was third place and they offered it to a couple of other people, but they didn't want that specific plot. But I was more than happy to take it on. I've literally just arrived here. I viewed the place on Sunday, asking if I was free for a viewing, and I literally jumped on it and I was like, yes. He said that he was available that day, so I was like, great. So we organised that, and then he sent over the paperwork, signed that, and then I paid the invoice today, and they just gave me the code for the allotment at lunchtime today. So it's after work. I was actually at a conference yesterday and today, so it's perfect timing. So I'm going to go there, I'm going to suss out, plan everything that I'm going to do, and also do an Amazon order for some tools, because I'm definitely going to need some. And my dad's going to come and view the allotment in around an hour or so as well. So very, very exciting. I've literally got about 5 times the growing space that I've got now. I've got a half plot on this particular allotment site. They don't kind of rent out or kind of loan, I guess, full-size plots to people who have just got their first plots. I spoke to the site coordinator and he just said, you pop yourself on a waiting list. Once he knows that you can manage a half plot, then you can apply for another half plot to make up your full plot, and you can specify, you know, if you want the one below, next to, or if you don't mind, and have it maybe across the other side of the site. But yeah, super exciting. So I've got a little bag of things, I've got some tools, because there is a shed there, but it is kind of old and dilapidated, so we're going to replace it. But yeah, so exciting. So I just did not expect this video to be happening this soon. I was expecting it to be, yeah, as I said, months and months away, but it's so exciting that it's happening right now. It is about 25 degrees right now, so if you live in the UK, you know that that feels like a sauna basically. But the best thing about the plot is that it gets full sun for the entire day, he said. So it's just going to be amazing because my garden gets kind of partial sunlight. It's north facing, so it is quite possibly one of the worst gardens for the plants to grow in, and for such a keen gardener like I am. But anyways, yeah, I will stop rambling on now and just get to the plot and yeah, show you it. So this is what the allotment looks like currently. I've just come, set up my chair and stuff. This is the old shed. There are a bunch of tools in there though, which could be very useful. It's a bit of a mess, but there's lots of tools in there that I can keep, which is amazing. But yeah, gonna sort through this when my dad gets here. So this is what the bottom of the plot looks like, and I'm just going to measure this to see if it's big enough to fit a polytunnel, and if it is, then I'm going to lay some cardboard and some horse poo here to make a bed, and also whatever compost is in that, and then I'll get a polytunnel to come here, and then up here, so I need to clear away like all of the old beds along here, but you can see it's on a bit of a slope. But it's definitely workable. This up here used to have this weed fabric and this wood chip on, but what I've done is I've pulled that away, so I'm going to turn this into beds to plant in this winter, autumn winter. It's obviously going to need a lot of work, so I'm just going to pop some compost and some well rotted horse manure, and then I think there's some more wood chip at the front of the allotment that I can grab for this, and then this flat area is going to be the seating area, because I thought it was much easier to make this flat area the kind of seating, nice pretty area, and then have this as beds, because I won't really need to walk on it as much. But I'm hoping that this will kind of level out over time. And I'll also get rid of the shed once I've got the polytunnel, so I can pop all my tools in there, because the only things in the shed at the moment are the tools and the leftover stuff from the lady before. But as you can see, very broken. Got some compost down here the other day. And then this was all of the rubbish from the shed, and also miscellaneous like bits of old beds and bricks and stuff. Some of that I will reuse, but some of it I will just take to the tip. But I'll keep the good bits probably in the polytunnel, because there are some good pieces of wood there. But that is the plan. I planted a bunch of seeds yesterday evening, so that I can plant them out in a few weeks here, hopefully in this bed, and also maybe in the polytunnel area down there that I'm going to make. This is so hard. It doesn't help that it's been so dry, and this is all clay soil. The site coordinator told me. So yeah, definitely needs some work, but it's doable. But I could really kind of do with getting this sorted sooner rather than later. So should I do this with the poo or not? No, I don't know. I might put some well rotted manure and compost just where I'm popping the plants, and then over time I can build up maybe with extra manure around where I'm putting each plant, to just kind of build it up over time, because I'm trying not to just do too much at once, which is very like me. But I need to stop doing that, because I had visions of like strimming everything here and then getting a rotavator. But because we've got no electricity here, it was going to have to be a petrol powered one, and then all of the reviews for the petrol powered ones were just really negative. So I kind of decided against that, and that would have also been a lot of work in one go, whereas hopefully this I can tackle bit by bit. And if I get that bed sorted and also this one here before autumn winter, which I mean I can do this within like this week, that's more than doable. I think that's going to be more than enough in terms of overwintering plants. But I may also, well, I say may, I am definitely going to do this now that I've got the idea in my head, but turn this flat patch also into one big bed, I think. Oh, little butterfly. Oh, it's flown away. I scared it. So I'll probably remove these beds today as well. I've removed one here. So some of that soil was okay, but some of it just needs, yeah, fixing. I wonder if I can get close to it and not scare it. No. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty positive about it. I was definitely overwhelmed when I was thinking about it the other day, but now that I've kind of got a plan in place, I'm feeling much better about it. This section here is very steep, so I think I am probably going to tackle this section last, because it's one of the ones that I'm a bit not sure what to do with. I may put fruit trees in here and have a kind of like flower and fruit tree area, just because it's on a slope, so I don't want to have to like be tending to whatever plants I put on here too often, because it's going to be a bit of a pain. But if you have any ideas what I can kind of do on this slope, then let me know, because it's kind of too steep to level it out too much without it costing a lot of money, and I'm really trying to do this as kind of cost effective as possible, because it's obviously not my land, so I don't want to put loads and loads of money into like perfecting it when it's not mine, you know? I don't know if that's the right approach, but that's my thought process for the moment anyway. So yeah, that's the plan. Up here they have got some beds. This is some fennel that's gone to flower, and then there's some sage over here as well. But yeah, I think, well, I'll leave this for now, just whilst it's there, but I'll probably get rid of this in the end. Or maybe this could be the herb area anyway. Although I was going to have herbs in my garden. Now that I've got the allotment, I was going to turn my garden into kind of like a cutesy little cottage garden and have the borders around my garden to have perennials and a bunch of herbs in. But I suppose having some here wouldn't hurt. Just depends how much space I need for the actual crops. I may revert back, but that can probably stay like it is for now. Maybe I'll put potatoes in there. Maybe I do that. Anyway, I think today what I'm going to do is sort that area down there. Well, measure it up first. If the polytunnel fits there or will fit there, then I'll do that. And if not, then I may tackle that area up there. But I'm definitely going to get some more wood chips if there's any left to add there, I think. And then I'll just quickly show you here. This is, well, I was told it was raspberries, but I actually think the majority of them are blackberries in here. But because they are the majority of them blackberries, I think I will get rid of these next year. Over winter, when they die back, is when I will attack these, but for now they can stay and I'll pick some blackberries from them. But there's so many blackberries around here, like there's literally some just at the top of the allotment plot, and I just think there's no point in growing blackberries when you can literally go out and get them anywhere in the UK. So I'll make this area into another flatbed because that also is very flat. And then down here, the previous owner / tenant built this little cage because apparently the badger and the deer around here like eating sweet corn. So I'll probably keep that. And then there is another little area back here that I can turn into some sort of bed. And then this is a damson tree, I think. Very, very well established. So yeah, gonna measure that up and see what we are working with, except I'm stuck to the blackberry, which is fabulous. Oh no. This is why I should not do things. There we go. I've just measured it out and it's actually the perfect fit because the polytunnel that I was looking at was 2 meters by 3 meters, and literally from the edge of the plot to the edge of this, it's just over 2 meters. And then from the edge of the plot here, down here is 3 meters, literally to the perfect place that it doesn't get in the way of the branch from this damson plum, whatever it is. So that's literally perfect. So I'm gonna, I'll do this and then I'll show you what it looks like after, because I have to rip up this and then I'll lay compost down. Not compost, I'll rip everything up, then I'll put cardboard, then I'm going to spread this compost from this compost bin, which hasn't really gone down, but it will break down eventually. Then the horse poo, and then I probably won't lay the compost down just yet because it will just dry out if I just lay it out, but I'll do that now and probably leave the compost for when I plant in it, I think. But this will be good for now, and I also may cut some of this down just whilst I'm here, just so it's kind of even and not too bumpy. And then that might need to dig into that a bit, but I might just leave that for when it comes to building the polytunnel. That can maybe be a future me problem, I think. But we're going to get started on this now. I'm scared. I don't know what snake that is. Do you know what? When I was digging this up, if this was the old compost heap, I was literally thinking, I bet there's a snake near here. And what do you know? There it is. I just googled it and it's actually a slow worm, not a snake, but still scary thinking it was a snake. Okay, so I've just finished this. I've only got enough manure to cover like that much of the cardboard. So I've popped the rest of it in here, just so I can do that another day when I get some more manure from the yard. but very impressed. I've spread out all of the compost that was in there, and because it wasn't very broken down, what I've done is I actually spread it underneath the cardboard, and then I put the rotted horse manure on top of the cardboard, and then when I'm ready to plant in it, I'll pop some compost down as well. But this is what we're doing for the day. We'll call it a day now. We've chopped everything down, and yeah, spread the cardboard, spread the compost, lay the cardboard, and spread what manure I could bring with me in that little bag from the yard. But my sister's going tomorrow, so I'm going to ask her to pick me some more up, I think, because she's coming over for dinner. So I'll give her this bag and maybe some old compost bags to fill up as well. And maybe if she's got some old feed bags at the yard, she can always fill those up as well. And I'm so out of breath because I've just come all the way from like over the other side of the allotment to get some wood chip that I'm just going to spread around up there. And then I'm going to call it a day for today. But yeah, so exciting. This is the new allotment, and I'm so excited to just see what it turns into. Next year, I think, is going to be the teller. Thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye guys.